couldn't hear me. All right. Well, there it goes. Okay, so what I was saying is that yesterday I spent a bit of time trying to trade these penny stocks, and penny stocks didn't work out too well. Lost a couple of grand on the penny stocks. Of course, all this is simulation trading, and so what I ended up doing was I put some money on SGD, walked away, actually literally went for a walk, came back, and it was up like $100,000, which is cool, but A, that's not indicative of real market conditions, and B, that's not how I would have traded, you know, just get up and walk away. So anyway, so that's not real. But I did, later in the day, I just kind of settled down. I said, all right, well, I'm just going to trade NVDA. Go back to like blue chip stock, something that's consistent, has some sense of reliability, and that's what I did. I went to NVIDIA and I made a couple grand off of NVIDIA, and using more or less a simple technique, which looks to be kind of working here too, but yeah, I didn't get out all my positions. But so that's what I'm going to look at today and just try that. So I'm about to get out of this altogether. I need to work on some keyboard shortcuts.
All right. Order filled.
I need to work on some keyboard shortcuts for this this specific part of the chart trading, because you can go to enable keyboard trading, and then you click on the chart, and now from my keyboard I can make entries like that.
Order filled.
And I can go, so I can do that.
Indicator alert. Indicator alert.
But if I don't have enable keyboard trading on, which brings this orange dot up, then my keys do not work. My hotkeys don't work, and it looks like that's probably going to retest this area and actually go a little bit higher. So I'm going to move this up. So and again, I have to keep remembering that the way that I'm trading, I'm not trading for big moves. I'm trading for the moves that I'm looking for. So I usually end up getting into trouble when I move my take profit up like this, because now if I did a trailing stop, that'd be fine, but the actual strategy or the entry that I'm using doesn't warrant having a super high take profit level. So that's something else that I have to look out for. So what am I doing here? Okay, looks like I'm adjusting something using my mouse, my scroll wheel, and when I hit the, so I'm using a gaming mouse, in case anybody was wondering. Yeah, gaming mouse. So I have a lot of I don't know, this thing probably has like 16 buttons.
Indicator alert.
16 buttons set up.
Indicator alert.
Don't talk over me!
Indicator alert.
Don't talk over me! It has like 16 buttons.
Indicator alert.
It has 16 buttons on it or something like that, and so I can just easily from a mouse make a whole lot of movements, controls, that kind of thing without even going to my keyboard. But then I can go to my keyboard and I have other hotkeys that I can do. And so when you have enable keyboard trading on, it, you know, kind of changes everything. It gives you another set of hotkeys that you can use. Now this looks like from here, this is just going to go smooth sailing straight up. I mean, for a ways. This is looking like a consolidation period that has. How come I can't? Huh. So you can't drag and adjust your orders. Oh, it's trying to do horizontal line. I'm trying to click on this and drag the order up. I'll just do cancel all. Yeah, it almost looks like it's kind of going into consolidation before it decides to continue on a move up. But with this one right now, I'm not actually looking at the I'm not looking at absorption. I'm not looking at amount of the volume of the orders.
Reversal.
Why is this going so slow right now? Bid size, bid ask size. All right, well.
Indicator alert.
I guess.
Indicator alert. Reversal. Indicator alert. Indicator alert.
I guess my computer said that I have too many things open.
Reversal.
Not only that, but like I have a lot of
Reversal.
scripts going on.
All right, side break.
And there's multiple charts that have multiple time frames going on at one time. So, so I would have like entered there, but I feel like it's getting weaker.
Order filled.
Yeah, and this isn't NVDA. This isn't a blue chip stock. This is
Indicator alert.
You know, it is what it is. It's a penny stock, so it could do anything. And now that I'm looking at one of the larger time frames,
Reversal. Indicator alert.
Super weak.
Indicator alert.
All right, so this is what I'm going to end up doing here. I'm going to end up losing money here, and then I'm going to go back to NVIDIA and try to make it up. So I would have entered there.
Order filled.
So, yeah, I'm still just playing around with okay, this one needs to be the tick. I'm playing around with my setups and everything, trying to figure out what's going to work. What's going to work for this active day trading. So, should have entered like there, right? Okay. But for small moves. Let's see. Let's turn this off. Go here. Go tick. Tick, volume versus tick. Volume or tick, I think it is. Ticks or volume. That'll be on the right axis, subgraph 2. Actually, no axis, subgraph 2. Yep, the sub margin is 0.2. 20%, that'll be 85%. 85.0, that's the default for that. Okay. Where'd you go? Ticks or volume. Graph 85%. Need to get rid of simple volume for this chart. Okay. So this is white, so this background needs to be like gray. Okay. I don't really want it that gray, but and then this that is regular volume, so that's fine, but this volume needs to be at a different scale. Automatic, that, okay, and this is not fixed on subgraph, and submargins. Okay. Okay, SGD. What? That's SGB. SGD. I really need to be able to get to these other charts, but that look like they are frozen. And I don't think I have that much stuff on those charts. NVDA won't show up. This NVDA will show up. SGDX. Okay, now it's gone horizontal. So now that's more or less a breakout from this horizontal bottom. So what does the other time frame look like? Is that a solid bottom? That's why we come down here and look at this. I don't like the scaling. This is a new workspace that I'm trying here where I'm making them horizontal. I'm not sure I like the scaling here. So like that's better. But let's do this. Let's make 2 of these. I don't know why. Just because we can. And again, that's probably why the computer's going so slow right now. Or it's finding some issues because I have too many workspaces open, but I'm still trying to find what works for me. And so with that, I will have a lot of workspaces open. Now on this chart, I do not want to see where these levels are because it's just in the way. So these all these orders and everything, or could I just do that? Yeah, okay, just do that. So if you want to turn these orders off, looks like very easily, very quickly, you can click whatever the order is, like click that, double click it, and then for status, so it's referencing data 1, it's referencing SGD. Instead of going here to settings and unchecking all these boxes for field open, just go to data and click status. So now it's not referencing any symbol, any ticker. Click OK, and then it'll go away. So it looks like an easy way to do that. Very good, very good. All right, so yeah, it's kind of making a base off of this bottom little area there, and it had a little bottom area there. So now we can draw a horizontal line right there, and it's trying to hold it. And if it doesn't hold it, then it's gone. It's dust. All right, so on my ticks, that one there, that on the SGD on the 15 tick chart. So okay, we just got another one. Now is it going to work? I don't know. No, it's not working. It worked there for 1 bar, and now it's disappearing. All right, let's just close it. Let's close it for a $50,000 loss. That's all. But look how it's going sideways now. It's printing sideways bars. There is somebody who that was somebody who was like, you know what? That is the level. Or are we in a halt now? I think we're in a halt. I think we're in a halt now. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, let's go to NVDA. So that does not work for SGD. Okay, NVIDIA. Okay, so what I was looking at yesterday, is that working for this chart today? So I'm pretty much just looking at when we get these descending trend lines, and it breaks this trend line, then it moved up. I think it needs to break it with a higher volume. And the 9 and the 15 are under the 25 EMA. Yep. And then it crossed above. Okay. 9. Let's keep an eye on SGD though, because if it does start moving up, then it will be nice to try to get into that area. Doesn't look great. Also under there is where it's dropping below that ascending support. But these moves up, these moves up here, gap up, gap up, gap up, gap up, gap up, gap up, gap up. Some serious gap downs. And then when it went up, it was almost like a gap up. I mean, that was after hours, but I mean, it just went straight up. It didn't work its way up and have a lot of buy-in. It just shot straight up, which those times when I see a chart do that, it typically doesn't hold. And so what did it do? It sold off a bit, and then it shot straight up, and then it sold off a bit, and now it kind of worked its way up, but you got a lot of gapping going on all through here. Like this whole area right here is kind of weak. I mean, this area showed that it was trying to work, but this area in here is all weak. Well, and I guess that's essentially where the stock came back to, where it's working its way back to it. Yeah, I mean, you could even say down here. So, and this bottom wick touched this area. Okay. Video. What is going on with the video today? Oh yeah, that looks like a good area for a video. The top of this area, top of this area. Okay. But I haven't been able to decide whether or not for the that little strategy I was trying to employ yesterday, if I need to be waiting for like now, like when it breaks above now. So I put in like a
Order rejected.
oh, what do we have? Let's, yeah, put it in for right there. Okay, it's going to keep going down. I think I need to see higher volume right here.
Order filled.
I mean, that was a little bit, but so that was fairly shallow. So when it, by the time it shows you any confirmation, I guess that move is done, right? SGD is back alive. And you know what I'm gonna do, right? Load up on it. Load up on it. Get down on it. Let's see. But I want it to be back above this level here where it halted at. And even when it halted down, it didn't go down very much after that. So it halted here.
Order rejected.
What? So now I'm looking for this break.
Order filled.
Alright, so I got out of NVDA, so that was good. So this line is fairly shallow here. It's not that steep for a descending trend line. Nine of the 25, 9 of the 15 are under the 25. Now it's about to curl up.
Order filled. Order filled. Order rejected.
Alright, alright. I thought I was able to get more shares than that last time.
Order filled.
Yeah, 10,000. And it ran away with my money! Just keep giving the
Order
market.
rejected.
Just keep giving the market your money, you know?
Order filled.
Alright. See? Where is close at?
Order rejected.
2,000.
Order filled.
Yeah.
Order filled.
Get me in.
Order filled.
Get me in. Did we
Order
go down
filled.
to the area that I had identified on this one? SGD? Oh, it's playing around in this area. But I mean, that was... Oh yeah, it stopped up here before, and now it came down to this area. Okay. Alright. I can dig it.
Order rejected.
Yeah, well.
Order filled.
You're going to put us in one more time then. And then we'll get out up here. I don't know if I like this chart or not. But I can tell you one thing, that on this chart, I'm not using the this is not the tick. This is actually the chart. Tick SGD. I don't know why these are not working. Let me see if I can close them. Yeah, I can close it. So maybe that's all I need. Tick SGB. We need to open. That is actually the chart. We need to open the tick. TA, tick analysis. Oh, now that looks better. That looks way better. You can see just how much it's failing on this cleaner tick chart. And there's your trend line, and it's under the 200 EMA of the ticks for the entire time, and now it's trying to do something different, and it's moving up. Yes, at least it's breached the 200. Very good. And maybe now is the time when you would start taking your entries. So why not double up? I don't think I can get any more shares. I'm maxed out.
Order rejected.
Yeah, I'm maxed out. So, all right. So maybe that's the break there. I think I was zoomed in too tight. Yeah. Because you should have been following something like this. Okay. Alright, so this would follow that. And here it broke. The chart broke the 9 and the... And then at this point, the 15 broke the 25. Ah, okay. Okay, now this was similar to what I saw on NVDA, so I might still be on to something. Just the problem is that right now I'm in a bad position. All right, so when I see this little cross come up here, and this cross come up here, and this cross come up here, those crosses, according to like when I was trading on NVIDIA yesterday, those crosses need to also come as the moving averages cross. So one, we need to get a break of a descending trend line. So, you know, tap, tap, and then here we have a break. So we need to have this cross at the same time where we have, or also, it has to go concurrently with a break. So it has to break this trend line, and you have to get this cross. That's what I found in NVIDIA yesterday. Now, we're obviously in a descending trend. I mean, you know, let's face it. on the larger time frame, it's a descending trend. So you can't. I mean, you got to have everything tighter for sure. But to capture a bit of a pullback, I think it can be done. But you got to follow those rules. You see, this one here happened. It happened right here, and it did show a little bit of a pullback. But it was a pullback, and this sharp trend here, from here down here, all these candles were just under it. So it did break that, yes, but that's not a large enough prevailing trend to be broken to enter for. Therefore, that entry exit was much tighter. So it was here, and then it continued on down. So the longer that you wait, and that's one of the things I've been seeing, the relationship between time and price. The longer that you wait and you see the setup, the more likely it is, or the more players are in position, so that you can have a longer
indicator alert.
Take profit.
Indicator alert.
All right, so
Indicator
NVIDIA
alert.
is giving me
Indicator
some
alert.
signals,
Indicator alert.
but I
Indicator alert.
am already in on that one.
Indicator alert.
Why does it look like it's sitting still? Okay, and that's why, like that other chart that I have set up, that other screen, yeah, see, there we go. So you would have bought right there in that break. Nice. But again, don't expect for it to go too high. 200 EMA, there you go. Cross that, or touch that, and then retrace. Why does this look weird? SGDB is moving up. All right, if it's moving up, then it's upsetting somebody, and so it might have a long ways to go back up. Scaling. Properties being post. 5 second. There we go. Okay. I'm trying to think something that I put together that will give me a bunch of indications for multiple different charts, and I think there's a way that I can do it, but it would look something like this. Because you can't combine ticks and regular charts at the same time, so I'd have to do something like a chart here, and I'm just going to get rid of all the studies. Oh, it's only got those. I'll just get rid of all those. Okay, so I do that, and then copy, paste, paste. Well, let's just, we don't need it to suck so much data, so how long is it going back for? 1 day, that's fine. Okay. Copy, paste, paste, paste. Alright, so then I would do something like, I would just make it really small. something like that. It's so small now I can't even drag it. I would do something like that on a bunch of them. What is that doing? NVIDIA is going down. So it hit that 200 mark and then just started going down. Okay, so I mean, but you get the idea. So what I want to do on these is create a box. Create a box that will. Woo. Okay, good job. Go NVIDIA. Create. Yeah, and it's crossing the 15-second tick. Create a box that will light up a certain color if certain criteria is met, and that way I could go here. That's 15-second. Here I could go 1 minute, and then here I could go 5 minutes. And then so I don't know why it's looking black. Okay. What? Oh, there we go. All right, and then it'll show up in that screen there, and then as I'm trading another screen, as I'm actually trading on this screen, I can see this box, that box. When they all light up, when they're all firing the right color, then that's when I enter. Okay, or certain color. So I'm gonna play with making a few scripts that, or at least a script that will show what I want it to show. So get rid of the price axis. And actually, we're not gonna have any status bar either. Well, actually, if I keep a status bar, then I can see the 15-second, 1 minute, and 5 minutes show up there. So I can keep some semblance of what's what. Okay, so that's going back down. 43,000. Man, that's how you do it. That's how you lose. That's how you lose. If you're gonna lose, lose big. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I need to just get out of that because, again, just like yesterday, my success there is no bueno. I should have just got out here when it was over. Or is it headed down to that block that we're talking about? It appears it is. So let's just get out of it, and then when it gets back down there, we'll just say, put me in, coach. All right, so what am I at? 72,000 in? Man, that's terrible. That is terrible.
Order filled.
But I'm stubborn.
Order rejected.
I am stubborn.
Order rejected.
Now, I was in 72,000. I lost so much that now I can't even afford how many of our shares.
Order rejected.
262,000. Let's go 50,000.
Order filled.
There we go. Don't know why I'm so happy about that. Because that's don't know that that's a great position to be in. And then that's my thing too, man. I could go and find something that's actually moving up that is bullish or has taken a longer time frame pullback and possibly make that money back. But instead of doing that, I typically find that I just stay in the same dirt dog dastardly positions. I gotta do better. I've got to do better.
Order filled.
All right, let's see if we can single-handedly one move at a time get our money back. So that was the first 7,000 out of like lots of money gone. So that's the first large attempt at a move. That's the first significant pullback. Question is, will it hold? And on the 5-minute time frame, it still hasn't committed. See what I'm saying? I mean, it's great to get that, but on the 5-minute time frame, it still hasn't committed to breaking a trend. And when it does, it might be on something. It might be time. Oh, here we go with this again. I feel like something is
Trend broken.
Yep. Do that. Alright, so I can just continue on until I hear that, and then I'll be like, oh yeah, let's go back to SGD. In the meantime, it's crap. Trying to take all your money. NVDA also is struggling. Yes, struggling. Radar screen. Yep, radar screen is acting funny too, because radar screen is supposed to have another chart open over here. I don't think it's my computer. I don't think it's my computer daughter. Let's see, let's get a close up here. Alright, I'm going to talk to you while I get this screen situated. And then you'll know everything there is to know about everything. the middle of trying to sort everything out, we get everything sorted out, get it sorted in and all around. Now, I don't know if part of the problem was this computer's got multiple desktops open, and then there, in addition to that, you can have open multiple desktops, and there's something that says attention, but I cannot get to it, and that might be the attention that I need to attend to. And I just close those again. So, does my chart like what I did? I don't know. SGD seems to be trying to. Okay, NVDA 5 minute. It's making a, I don't know. NVIDIA might just do it. It might go for it. All right, let's see Tesla. All right, so Tesla is moving up. And Apple. Oh, that light is putting a nice little beam on my head, huh? It's not that shiny. Okay. All right, Apple and Tesla are doing about the same thing. Tesla and Apple are doing about the same thing. Tesla over here, Apple over here. All right, NVIDIA is trying to hold this line here. All right, and then I don't even know I have this one open. Radar screen. Okay, so radar screen is not coming up. So there must be something going on with radar screen why I'm getting my issues. Shucks. Okay, there. Well, that at least got better. There should be something there though. So maybe it's not better. Saito. Can we trade Saito like that? With the same strategy? I'm really frustrated. Okay, this thing really needs to work properly, and I could shut it down and open it back up. I think that's what I might have to do, but then I'll lose a lot of the kind of setup that I've already done, which, I mean, if it works, then that's great. But I really have some slowness going on here. And let me try my settings, power options, because it should be on full power. And there's nothing holding me back. Because I want full power. Lenovo default is what it's on? Come on, talk to me now. Talk to me. Now how come this isn't on? I mean, you know, take a look at this, guys. Take a look at this. Who did that? Who did that? Who put on Lenovo default? I mean, por favor. Let's bump this thing up, okay? What are you doing? Give me all the power. Give me all of it. I don't know how long it takes for that to take effect, but I need it now. Look at that. SGD is about to break that line. So let's go back to SGD.
Trend broken.
Yeah, so there we go. There's the trend broken that we were listening for. Okay, it broke it, and then it... No, wait a minute. I think more than
Order
just...
rejected.
I think more than just myself was looking at that level.
Order filled.
So we're going to set it there, set a stop loss down there, and let it ride. Okay? Y'all think that's a good idea? I don't know. All right. But we like to see something else in there. SGD. And I did not get the... Okay, I got the plus here. This is the plus I was telling you about earlier. Got the plus, and then this trend line was broken here. So technically, I should have got in down here. And that would have been perfect. Oh yeah, there we go. And actually, I think I'm gonna look for the bump and then move my stop loss up. Let's open this up. Yeah, so this is the plus I was looking for. But technically, that plus was way up here. That plus should have happened down here somewhere. But the trend line got broke right here, so that's cool. How come we weren't wanting to get in right here? We should have, right? Yeah. All right, this trend line led to consolidation to the 200 EMA, and then it broke down. New trend line. I wonder how much time is there. So again, this is a tick chart, so it doesn't go by time, it goes by bars, it goes by number of trades. So I'm looking from here to about here where that trend line was broken, and then it says that that is 1 minute, no, 2 minutes, 105 bars. And then this one, this descending trend line was 7 minutes, 130 bars. Okay. All right, so we're 10,000 to the good now. I think if we can get right above this again, if it retests this area,
Order rejected.
look to exit just above that that prior swing high, because in the grand scheme of things, I still don't think is very strong. Where's that next area of liquidity? Where will it reach out to? Well, this is a pretty good area to come back to, because there was a significant drop here and there was a rejection here. So this is a good area to come back to. It would definitely have trouble in that area. And then also, as it starts, depending on how long it takes for it to get there, as it drops down to this area, you'll be hitting that 200 EMA at the same time. So yeah, I think let's just wait to exit around 670. But I do want to play around with NVDA, and now I have all my money tied up in SGD. So back to the tick chart. What price did I say? What did I say in here? Or did I say 670? Oh yeah, it got really slow there around the support, so that's good. Alright. NVIDIA, Saito. NVIDIA is holding that line. NVIDIA is holding that line. but who knows for how long. And Tesla. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. SGD, that's his first attempt to find support. And it did it in between these two zones, right? Between that zone and this zone. So it may be a pullback before it continues. Well, I mean, that was a pretty good guesstimate right in here. But will it? I doubt that it'll pull back that much and then come down to here and then reject. If it rejects this, then it's gotta go at least that distance again, somewhere close. So it'll probably, if it doesn't hold here, then it's gonna come all the way down in here somewhere. So if that were the case, I would say in here, and that's a long ways down. And then bounce up, or all the way down again to here and then bounce up. Looks like it's running out of a little bit of steam though. Like I said, NVDA. Okay, so let me go back and focus on what I was looking at yesterday, which was on the tick chart. Okay, so the tick. So I closed a few of them that were giving me trouble, and actually I opened all those prior to market open and prior to it was trying to do like a backup, so maybe that messed it up. So I'm gonna just close that NVIDIA tick. I don't know if I should save it or not. I'm gonna say no, and then I'll open another one. Because the NVIDIA tick chart is the one that gives me the reversal. I have the reversal script set up on that one. Okay, SGBDBD is back up 7 grand. Tesla is getting its second wind. Yeah. Look at SGD go. But I don't think it'll take straight off. I think it'll do a little consolidation before it finds its next leg, whether it be up or down. Because there's just way too many people interested in it at this point. Not a lot of, I mean, enough volume, but there was some volume yesterday, but there were so many halts that, and I guess the float was so low that, you know, you technically couldn't have that many people in positions anyway. So, anyway. Alright, this is supposed to be NVIDIA, and then, alright, so we were talking about this earlier where the 15 tick chart came up to the 200 moving average and then rejected. So, alright, SGD is still moving up. Man. Still moving up. It's going to go to our 670 and then just tank. Did I move my take profit to there already? got my stop loss in down there. What did I say? 6. I said 670. Didn't I say 670? Now, at this point, I have too many charts, too many workspaces open. Because I don't know where I made my little assessment at. Yeah, I'm thinking that 670 range, 674. So, let's see, what do we have? 50,000 on. So we're gonna cancel all 50,000. We'll put a one starts other, or one cancels other, exit, one stop loss, and then opposite of position. We're gonna go 674 $1. All right, see if that works. I'm sure I'm gonna screw that up.
Order rejected.
It did something like this to me yesterday. Oh, what is that? What did it do? Oh, it put it there, but it put it very close. What? How did it do that? Okay, I think I already had orders there somehow. All right, so now I'll put it in, and so that's my stop loss and my take profit. It's up there. All right, good deal. So we'll just wait and see. Either we're gonna be down like another 40 grand, or we're gonna be up 40 grand. Nevertheless, that still won't undo the damage that was done earlier when I was just taking those hits. Yeah. Anyway. All right, so back to what I was working on with NVIDIA. So we came back, we put NVIDIA on here. We need to save this chart as tick. NVIDIA 1117. Save that. All right, and then this is not the tick. This is how did I get to the tick? This is not the tick. This is the chart. Open. TA is supposed to be the tick chart. That was the chart analysis. This is wrong. This is wrong. And if I saved over it, then I probably have all of them wrong now. Here's a tick. Okay, this is the tick. So this is right. So we're gonna resave this as the template name. So yes, and then we'll go back and we'll open that same one, and then we'll put NVIDIA in there and resave that as NVIDIA tick. All right, so the tick. Okay. All right. NVIDIA TA. Close that. No. Thought I'd already closed it. Now we're gonna open that tick analysis template. All right, I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Tell you what, boy, this trading stuff is not easy. This is there is a huge learning curve for all this stuff. That's why I'm glad I had my water this morning, because I have my mental acuity capacity is like that, so it's better. All right, that is the wrong one. Now, I know I just saved this thing, so this tick was saved as the oh boy. Okay, there we go. Tick. All right, this is the chart that I've been working on most recently. All right, we're going to save that. There's another open workspace. Where is 1T? I thought I closed that. Okay. Try it again. I promise you. I feel like I'm going in circles here. I'm going to save it as 1ETA. Yes, save it. Okay, boom. All right, so now I'm going to resave this as COD. So tick COD. All right, and then 1117. Yes. Yes. And then I'm going to open the new tick chart, because what I'm looking for is the reversal signals that I was getting on the other chart with NVDA, and they seem to work along with the breaks in the trends. Okay, there we go. All right, so now it's right.
Reversal.
All right, so it's got the reversals popping up. All right, so now I'll save this as, this will be NVDA. Tick NVDA 1117. Yes. Make sure NVIDIA is loaded up. Okay. All right, I think we are here.
Reversal.
Just give it some time.
Reversal.
Okay. All right, so now the 15-second chart is the one that we showed the reversal words. Unless, yeah, so there's the reversal words. Boom, reversal, boom, reversal. See how these reversals are showing up here at the bottom. That's great. This one, I mean, it worked for a little bit, but not much meat on those potatoes. All right, those, I mean, they're working. They're just working, but they're also, this is also somewhat of an uptrend. But I think even on this chart, because I traded this yesterday, and I think I would say that I did fairly well. I was trading on the 15 tick chart, but I mean, these reversals are being identified fairly well. You see they're identified here, but it didn't work, so I've still got to be judicious with getting out when I need to get out. But the question is, why is it working on this day and maybe not working as well in some other areas? So that's what I'm charged with finding out. Reversals, I mean, those are all very good places. For one, I think, like, if you look here, you see this reversal line is a lot closer to these green lines, to these moving averages. So that's probably part of the reason why this works. These reversals are not that close to the green, MA. This one, these aren't either though. This one has a rejection at the bottom, and I think this is what I was looking at with SGD as well, right? So we're talking about the relationship between time and price. Time and price have a lot more of a working relationship from here to here, right? So from here, you got boom, you got boom, time is going boom, and time is going and boom. You got time and distance, time and price. And so after they finally decide that they want to break, now you got the reversal coming up, and so it breaks, and you know there's some meat on that potato. But here, as price breaks down, technically, I mean, you're so, and now if you're trading that close in, sure, but here, from here, I mean, where do you want to draw the line? Do you want to draw it from here to here? There's no break there. From here, I mean, you know, even if all you saw was this much time right here, or this much time, or this much time, or this much time, or this much time, now you're getting a reversal. But even if you saw only that and then you drew your line from here, where are you drawing it at, right? Because if you drew it like down here, if you drew it to right here, then you could say, oh, okay, this line broke, this candle broke this line, but it broke it here. So then this isn't a valid trend line at all. So you'd have to move that trend line to at least there where these candles here have not broke it. And if you move it to there, then well, now as you continue to go over, so you can't take that as a reversal. I mean, you could, but it also hasn't broken the trend line. So it also has to break the trend line, I'm finding out. So you could take it here, right? You could take this candle as it breaks this trend line, but it continues to break down. And so that's why I say this right here probably isn't a valid point then, right? This is actually like a curve. So this isn't a valid point. This here, I guess, makes a better point. It's a curve too, but at least there was more consolidation in that curve. Yeah, so that's what you got to figure out. Or what happened to the left over here? What happened to the left over here? What happened to the left over here? The left over here with this one, you have all this going on, right? You got these tops. Seller started here. Seller started here. So when you come over here, and it does breach down at least through this mark, then you say, okay, well, maybe sellers will start again. And I guess they do. So you need to at least wait till you get under these peaks. Maybe that makes sense. I think that makes sense to me. Okay, so that would be saying look over to your left prior to taking a trend break. Okay, what about here? If you took this as a trend break, and this line was automatically drawn for me by this point and this point. This is the swing high. This is the highest swing high. This one didn't get higher. This is the highest swing high. This is another swing high. Obviously, this did breach the line though, but this is the trend line that was drawn. So when you have this break here, we are, well, we do have this support here. We've got this support and this support, and then it touches it a bunch of other times. So maybe that's why we like the break of this trend here, because it's got support instead of we have active support instead of impending resistance. And I'm calling this impending resistance because
RSI break.
it was resistance here. And so as we come down, we don't want to take that as being support because there was already resistance there. So if we back out of it, is there impending resistance in this zone? Okay, so that would be the question. I mean, technically it is here and here, but the difference between this and this is that this guy in here, this support that's being formed here is at the top of this, zone. This here, this support is at the bottom of this zone. Note to self. Okay, I can dig it. Okay, all right. So let's go back to what happened today. All right, so this trend line, again, this is one that is kind of calculated and is applied by my script. So it automatically applies this and this, and it draws the trend line. So this trend line was already drawn for me. This is a breakout here of this trend line, but it didn't like it. Why didn't it like it?
Indicator alert.
Oh, and then there's another thing. Oh, I got my plus here, right? I got my plus. One of the scripts that I've created got a plus here. But now I'm, even more skeptical because now that I've got the plus, and then this is a trend line, but I think in the grand scheme of things, it hasn't bumped it at all. It hasn't bounced. I mean, it's like a line, not necessarily a trend line. But so this plus happened on this bar. Let's see what happens. Because technically, so one, you'd want to see a break of this trend line, or two, you want to see this chart go up here and then down and up and down, and then it'll break. Then you're looking for that to be a top, that to be a peak right there, and then your trend line comes here and it goes down a little bit further, and then when it breaks this trend line, that's when you take the entry, right? All right, so this is the 15-second time frame, and I'm not getting those reversals come up. I believe in the, let's look at our script that we wrote for reversal there. I believe in the script, the 25 period moving average has to be over the 15 period moving average. The 15 has to be over the 9. Okay, so that just means that the 25 period moving average, 15 period moving average, 9 period moving average. So it just means that the chart is doing a pretty decent pullback. I mean, it was in a downtrend, and then the 9 period moving average, and the low is lower than the 9 period moving average. So yeah, the most recent candle, the current candle, is under the 9 period moving average. The low of it was under the 9 period moving average. And then we're saying that the volume, started to move up, right? So the volume of the 6 period moving average is greater than the volume of the 50 period moving average. So the fast volume, so the slow volume is going here, and the fast volume is going here, and now all of a sudden the fast volume starts, ticking up. So it's just saying pretty much like you might be reaching absorption. So you've got sellers, it's comfortable. Sellers, it's comfortable. Now all of a sudden you have a lot of volume coming in, so those sellers are meeting buyers. All right. But then also, for this reversal to be met, we're saying that the volume weighted average price has to be going up, right? So there's the VWAP, volume weighted average price, has to be greater than the volume weighted average price of the bar before it. So the volume weighted average price has to be going up. The moving average doesn't necessarily have to be going up, but the overall volume, the overall momentum, the overall movement has to be moving up. So that's my reversal script in a nutshell. But on this day, on today, you can see, even though we're getting some pullbacks here, and I mean, look at that. So this was the 15-second tick. We got that red candle, that red cross, and a nice move up, right? So that's why I say, should I have taken that as a trade? Maybe. But I think based on the technical analysis I was kind of looking at last night as a review, I need to see this cross followed by that break, followed by a trend break. So I would have taken the entry here, something like that.
Side break.
That's the only other time we've gotten that candle. That's the only other time we've gotten this candle here, this cross. And that cross is just saying, I forget what that cross is saying. That cross is saying that the relationship, the ratio between the number of transactions and volume is usually about the same. It's usually like a 1-to-1. Now that cross is saying now all of a sudden volume got really high and exceeded that ratio. And so what does that mean? That means potential absorption, right? When you have a lot of volume coming in, potential absorption.
Side break.
Okay, gotta talk to the wife. Give me a second. All right, so I'm back. I was just kind of looking here. So I'm on the 15 tick chart. Whereas on the 15, and I mean all these charts are different, right? So the 15-second, 15 tick, the tick goes by trades, volume goes by shares. The regular chart or
RSI break.
A regular chart, candle chart goes by time, tick goes by trades, volume goes by shares, right? So on the 15-second chart, this where's the
RSI break.
volume weighted average price? The volume weighted average price is here.
RSI break.
This line here, okay, and it's been funky for the most of the day, but there is some time in here where the
RSI break.
Volume weighted average price was going up. And if you look on the 15 tick chart, we did get a couple of reversal entries
RSI break.
on the way up. Okay, so on the way up, we got some of these reversals as pullbacks. And that one there at 947 or so would have worked. That one there, 951 would have worked. And now these guys would not have worked. And so again, the question is, why not? Well, these here didn't break a trend line. This one here was still under this trend line. This one here was not breaking any significant trend line, I should say, because I mean, like I say, you've got this line here, you know, for this touch point and this touch point. I mean, it broke that, but you know, that's such a small window. This reversal happened at the same general place as the buyers rested. Buyers rested here, and then it continued to move up, and then the buyers just resumed, right? This wasn't like a true seller move. Now you see I got this yellow popping up here. What does that mean? It means that this chart's moving up. The slope of the look at that. That's for the slope of the 200 period moving average. I think that one is saying that the fast period moving average, there's a slope. There's a 200 period moving average here, right? And this 200 period moving average is not a straight line. It has a curve. The curve is the slope. The slope, just like a price, can have a moving average. You can compare the slow moving average to the fast moving average. So the yellow is saying that the fast moving average is going higher or faster than the slow moving average, if that helps you. But look here, we got this high amount of this high ass size here, and so right there we got that high ass size. What did it do? Rejected. So this is what I am tasked to find out, is to put all these things together to come up with a great algorithm, a great set of processes that works consistently, right? So like I said, if you were to take this entry, if you were to take this as a reversal, then you know that when this high ass size comes in right here, that it's time to get out, at least for a while.
RSI break.
Okay, let's see here. Just looking on my, looking at the perch. Okay. SGD is still looking like it wants to make that curl up, and I'm not mad at it, but I think it's going to have some trouble once it gets in here. So I'm positioned to get out there, and then we'll just call that a day. Won't make my money back on that, but you know, should have never got into it at the beginning like I was. Okay, all right. Let's see. So we got the ticks.
All right, Cyber.
And again, I can't get back into NVDA until I get out of SGD because my funds are tied up there. NVIDIA is going for this area here, right?
All right, Cyber.
I guess it technically hit it, didn't it? 492.56. 492.56. I mean, right in there, right in there for a retracement. But it's also cooperating with this descending trend line too. Although low, higher low, low, higher low. Oh, this is the slope part I was talking about here. So this red line is the slow moving slope average, and this black line is the fast moving slope average. So you see how it's red here? That's because this black line is under the
RSI break.
Red line. So as it crosses over, it should turn yellow. Oh, and NVIDIA crossed. It crossed the descending trend line. But it's got this other trend line that it just touched, right? Where does that trend line originate? Back over here some other day sometime. That's back from another day. Okay, went on through that. But, in all fairness, this price did get close to this yellow line before it retraced. Come on. You know it did. Alright, let's see what happened with volume.
Alright, side break.
Volume, we had a high volume share size hit in here at 1104, 24,000, 1104, 491, 1104, 491, 1104. Oh yeah. $1104,491. That's right here. What happened right here? You remember what happened right here? What happened right here? So I'm gonna put a blue circle also, and this helps me for my technical analysis. The actual analysis later on, the study later on. Well, either way. All right, so I have a blue one and a yellow one. Blue one just says that we have large share sizes, and then the yellow one is just giving me some type of indication. Look at that! Look at that! It's moving. Is it going to wipe out this this high here? Okay, so like I said, one of the things I've noticed is that, and you got to put it all together. That's why I'm trying to take my time with this trading stuff and make sure that I get it just how I want it. Put myself together a playbook. 1104, when we had this high order size, and I mean technically 491 491 was also roughly this area in here too, right? So somebody, oh, and it was also roughly this area right in here. Didn't even notice that. Okay, so somebody saw this line, or this area, and it probably is significant on some other chart as well. Look at that. I have to make note of that too. The volume weighted average price. Volume weighted average price for close of prior day. I mean, essentially, but let's see. Was it after hours and everything?
All right.
Everything else? Yeah.
All right.
So relatively, right? So this volume weighted average price for the close of the prior day was here. Okay. Or I usually do that for points. So the close was here, and then also throughout after hours and pre-market, it stopped here, right? So these points here, this point and this point, are relatively in that same price level zone. They, like I said, they're relatively close. So that's significant. And it was a huge move from that, right? So it came down. There was a huge move up from here. Yeah, I like that. Here, it just responded to it very well, so that was good. But then when the price got down to here, in this same relative area as the volume weighted average price for the prior day, now we get another move up, right? Another huge response. I think that's important. I'm gonna make a note of that.
All right, side break.
So we had that. We had
all right, side break.
Support based on technicals, you know, rejection, and then we also had potential support based on, you know, the end of the day. Gosh, man. And now it's like really moving. So that is cool. SGD looks like it's moving up. I mean, I'm not as excited about that. That's fine, but like I said, I think I'm going to stand to be able to make more consistent gains working with consistent stocks instead of, you know, these penny stocks that just like do their thing randomly. So
all right, side break.
Okay. But if we looked at SGD, could we find a similar?
All right, side break.
Could we find a similar story? This is the tick chart for SGDB. All right, SGB. This is not the tick chart. This is the chart. SGD 1117. Okay. Let's try the 15-minute chart. All right, so on the 15-minute chart, the volume weighted average price came into right here at point. No, that ain't right. This is SGBX. SGBX.
All right, side break.
Let's rename that chart. SGBX. That should be this one. We already have that. So what is this then? It's SGBX. This is the tick though. Got everything named wrongly. So this is tick. BX 1117. Okay, and then this is chart. Tell you what, am I interested in this one? High amount of ask there. See that cluster of ask as it comes down, and then there's a pullback. Now you have a cluster of asks here, but they're happening as the chart is literally moving. This cluster of asks here, this high amount of red, happens right in here, and it led to a pullback, but that was also congruent with this area, which works on your technicals, rejection, pre-hours, and then, but this area here, high ask here, corresponds to this area. This area, however, is literally moving. It's not. It's not stable. It's moving down. So this area here, from here to here.
All right, side break.
A lot more stable. Maybe that means something. All right. Huge amount of bids here. Come up to the chart. It's here to here. Led to a pullback. Wasn't sustainable, but I mean, look at the overall picture though. It hasn't broken any trends. Hasn't broken any trend lines. Okay. It did by this point, or you know, even this trend by this point. High amount of ask right in here.
All right, side break.
Led to another move. Okay. Unfortunately, you can't do much with the bid and the ask. Bid and ask size, bid and ask price. You can't do anything with it in terms of using it for calculations. I wish you could, because I would take this data here, the bid and the ask, I would take that data and manipulate it to, you know, come up with some good scripts. But I can pretty much just delete this because it doesn't appear to be very helpful. I think it helps with maybe understanding some of the volatility, just looking at it, but really just looking at it, you can see that volatility here from the open to the close. You can see that volatility. It's roughly the same.
All right, side break.
So I don't think I need this. All right, we're gonna get rid of this one. But I'm gonna save.
All right, side break.
I'm gonna save this and add it to my homework. All right, excuse me while I get this set up. All right.
All right, side break.
Don't want to bore y'all with everything else that's going on my screen. It took me a while to finally figure this out, that I should just change the screen, or maybe I'll put on some elevator scenes or something while I do this stuff. Okay. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna save this. And paste it here. And one more. Paste it. Okay. All right, now I'm going to change this to SGD. Took a long time to get here. Finally changing it. I don't understand why it's not typing. No. Alright, get out of there. Alright. Didn't like that. Now this happened to me one time before and I forgot what I had to do to get out of here. I think I did that one time, and that helped.
Reversal. Reversal.
It's not
Reversal.
working now.
Reversal.
Reversal. Reversal. Look at that. That plus worked on that one. All right. Plus. See what I'm talking about? What in the world? You do one thing, it messes another thing up. Oh, I was able to come here and I typed in something up there. Yes, that worked. Good deal.
Reversal.
But that messed up my
Reversal.
NVDA tick
Reversal.
chart. Dang it. Because when you change the chart, your tick data. Oh no, that's fine. Your bid and ask size data starts over. All right, so SGD. This is NVDA, and then we go back to SGD.
Reversal. Reversal. Reversal.
I forget who I was on the way to see. Was I on the way to see NVIDIA or SGD? SGD is having a little bit of difficulty. Yeah, see, I didn't even look at this chart, but one of the things, and like I said, if you followed some of the videos before, you know that I made trend lines that reference, you know, time to the left or other time frames, and this other time frame decided, the 5-minute time frame decided that there was a significant level at 689, in this range. And isn't that where I said that it might go to? Sure is. Sure is. I think we're on this one.
All right, side break.
No, we weren't. I didn't draw it, but that's what I said earlier, and that's why I put the take profit right there in that zone. I mean, I put it right in that zone too. How about that? Yeah. So it looks fairly significant. Okay. If we're looking at these high asks and high bids, does that mean anything? You got the high ask here and it came here. Do we have a high number of orders? So now we're looking at orders. Orders. Everything is 4,000, 5,000. There was a 9,000. There's 11,000. 11,000. A little more. So that's 11 at 1121. 1121. So around 1120.
Indicator alert.
1121 is in this area in here. Got high orders in here. Okay. But it's not that high. I mean, like I said, you got 10,000. The rest of these are 4,000 and 5,000. If I see something that says like 30,000, now something's about to move, right? So that's the same thing that we saw with NVDA that we were just talking about, was that okay, there's 70,000. And I don't know what this out of sequence stuff is. I imagine that that order happened and then all of a sudden they just threw it on the time and sales. I don't know if it actually happened at 11:33 or where it happened at, but you see that everything is just kind of cruising along at 9,000, 8, 5, 4,000, 4, 6, 9. All of a sudden here at 11:04, you got a 24,000 share. So when you go to 11:04, where's 11:04? 11:04 on this day. 11:04 on this day is right around in here. That's what we were talking about earlier, right? So we're on the. Why do I feel like I have two NVIDIA charts open? I mean, that I'm making notes on. I usually will make my notes on the 15-second chart, just because I tend to see movements better there. But recently I've been seeing movements a lot better on the 15-tick chart.
All right, side break.
Okay. Definitely don't do it on the 2-minute chart. There's the 15-second chart.
All right, side break.
I made it on one of these charts, and I may have made it on one that I ended up replacing the chart with the data for SGD. But what we're talking about is that let's move NVIDIA over and move the tick over by the chart. Oh, it was on this chart. So I did do it on the 15-second chart. All right, yeah. So we're talking about that the VWAP here at the close of the day, right in here, and actually technically VWAP was coming up here, and this was the close of the day. But the VWAP, this line here, is where price came to and rejected for this day, right? And I mean, you can use anything for technicals, right? I mean, it has to work. Close of the day, high of the day, low of the day, VWAP, open of the day. So looks like it responded to VWAP, and then also, like I said, we got this really large order here at around 11:04. 11:04 was a large order, but 11:04, that large order around 491 also respected the general technical of this right here, that price there at 491, which, you know, at that point was the low of the day. This price here, which was the initial low of the day, right? So price came, I didn't even notice that. At 9:30, the chart completely sold off, wicked back up, hit this low of the day here.
All right, side break.
Then the price came around 9:45, made another slightly lower low of the day, but you know, respected this general area. And then price continued on, hit that general area again, but again whoever bought here, it probably, you know, stopped them out, depending on how tight they were, or, you know, so that they could break even. It just went just a little bit lower. And then what did this guy do? He waited till it got just under got just under this lowest low of the day at that point, and he put in this large order. She put in this large order, and then there was a little bit more of a sell-off until we got to VWAP of the prior day, and now it's working on moving up, right? So now, is that the place where it'll move up the rest of the day? I don't know. Who knows? But we're just trying to identify how and when the chart will, let's be honest, take advantage of people, right? Because that's when the chart moves. It moves to areas of liquidity. What happens in areas of liquidity? Liquidity simply means that there's more transactions happening. Why would you make a transaction? You make a transaction because you think it's met its value, or because you've lost too much. So when the chart sells off, people sell because they've lost too much, or they're, you know, fairly smart and they just lost how much they plan to lose. Or when the chart goes up, you know, it'll reverse because people met their value and now they just, you know, they sold. So, okay. And then, like I said, the other thing I really wanted to point out, at least on this 15-second time frame, is this cross here. We were talking about that cross, I think, before my wife called. We were talking about this cross, and that's the only point. You know, I didn't even think about that. So, my script.
All right, side break.
Dang it, ain't that something? My script that identified this cross was also the exact same time that somebody put on in one of the largest orders of the day. That exact same candle. So if I think that my script isn't working the way it's supposed to, I got it twisted. Somebody with some big pockets also, well, my script is mimicking the deep pockets, which is all I wanted to do. And like I said, it doesn't have to be right every time, but if the majority of the time it's hitting where big money puts their money at, then I got it right. And that's the only time that plus has fired off. Was that the only time today?
All right, side break.
Yeah, we got these well, I mean, it fired off here, the first one, the first candle of the day, but because I didn't set it to not work pre-market. So it fired off this first candle, but I mean, if you got in when this first candle closed, then you got in here. All right, I would have got in here, and I could have made it a nice profit just first of the day. I could have got in that candle, or I could have got in this candle, set a stop loss wherever, and that's what's to be determined. I'm gonna just make a note here, stop loss or rejection at
all right,
prior VWAP. Okay, and then from there it moved up, so we have yet to see how far it will go. It's hitting some resistance here.
All right, side break.
But I mean, honestly, look at this rejection here. You got that one. It also rejected again there. And then here is where probably other buyers, you know, first part of the day, they were like, yep, time to buy. And then after it broke below that, then the buyers were like, yeah, nah, it
All right,
it
side
worked here, 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 and ultimately after some consolidation, it's failed. Bam, 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 bam. So buyers might be done on this one.
break.
They might be done on this one for now. But like I said, looking at a combination of, and so that's 15-second. Where is the? That's on the tick chart. Where is the ask and bid size at?
All right, side break.
Because I'm curious where that falls in relation to.
All right, side break.
Those areas.
All right, side break. All right, side break.
So we had high bids around 10:30.
All right, side break.
And then high bids, high asks here. High bids
All right, side break.
here.
All right, side break.
What happened around 11:04? $11:04.
All right, side break.
I was looking to see if there was
All right,
any
side break.
significant ask for bids around that 11:04 area. A lot of times I'll see that, you know, like here there will be high asks to cause this flush. I mean, there were higher asks here,
All
right?
right, side break.
Higher asks, but it didn't happen here. A lot of times I'll see it up there to cause that flush. But then when it gets down here, then we'll see high bids, which, I mean,
All right, side break. All right, side break.
I don't know. This will be what I have to note. Okay, so ask in here, and then here we have bids, and then
All right, side
here
break.
we have bids again. Right? So the asks are pushing for the sell-off. We get the sell-off, but now we get one, we cross
side break.
that area of rejection. So we have interest, we have a commitment. So we have the interest here, we have the commitment because we have the higher orders come through, and then over here when it returns to this area of orders,
All right,
yeah,
side
okay,
break.
that makes sense. When it returns to that area of commitment, now we have bids come in. And it also makes sense that when the bids come in here, it also makes sense that when the bids come in there, the price retraces a bit. The high bids, price retraces a bit, because if you have high bids come in, one, anything that shows up on the bid and the ask down there are limit orders, right? So they're not, as I understand, they're not market orders. Market orders are when you put it in and it just boom hits the chart. It's not going to come up as bid or ask size. It's just going to hit the market. If you put in a bid or an ask, it's going to come up down there at that chart at the bottom. It'll be in the blue or the red. There'll be a bid or ask size. But when you put in a limit order, you're asking for the price or better. So when you're buying, you're asking for the price or lower. When you're selling, you're asking for the price or higher. So when you're buying and you're asking for the price or lower, if you have a lot, if you're able to move the market and you have a lot of shares and you put in a larger limit order, something, you know, larger shares like this, then when it hits your price, now you have so many shares that the market moves down
Side break.
because as it takes the 491 orders, those are gone. But you still have a larger order yet left. Say you put in a limit order for 1,000 shares. Well, at 491, which is around this area, right? That's where it happened at. at 491, there's not 1,000 shares available. So at your price, at your limit price, you can get 100 shares. So now what's next on the books? It goes down, limit, price or better, price or lower, price or better. So now at your price, 491, you got 100 shares. 490 and 90 cents, you get 100 shares. Now all those are gone. There's nothing left on the table, nothing left on that shelf. But there's some more orders down at 490 and 80 cents. So you get 100 shares. Boom, 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 boom. You have a large order here, price or better. That's how you get. That's how you get these pullbacks. So that makes sense. That makes sense. So we get the large order, and the same way with this. I mean, yeah.
All right, side break. All right, side break.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. I'll have to think through that some more, but I feel like there's something else there.
All right, side break.
But I think that makes sense. Okay, all right. So we have the ask, causing for the sale. We have support.
All right, side break.
We have technicals. We have commitment. We have commitment. Then we have confirmation by this, and so then you want to get in here. Okay, all right, all right. I'm good for that. I like that. I like that.
All right, side break.
All right,
all right, side break.
All right, SGD. Who is that? COD? No. SGD, what are you doing? I think I want to need to go get some breakfast here in a minute. One minute time frame. There's a lot of ticks going on here. Orders have come back in the building. Look at that, we got that red dot.
All right, side break.
Yep, that red cross, it worked there too. There's only 15 tick time frame. On this red cross, it did not work. And why didn't it work there? This one here in this area, it did at least slow down the descent. It led to the horizontal movement. So again, I think that's pretty good. This one here, it stopped this acute descent and it led to a significant pullback. So that's good. What is this one down here doing? This one led to a pullback up to the descending resistance, but it's still a descending descending support level. This one right here, that one's just no good. This one right here led to a significant. I just call it a reversal. I mean, all the way up. I mean, it failed once it got up here, but that one was a good one. This one here, shallow pullback or continuation. Okay, so all these pluses are actually not doing bad for SGD. I think the problem is, like I said, I was in SGD earlier and I was taking hits to the head. And then I just exited completely and then I just entered. Re-enter and I'm holding my position. So if I had spent a little bit of time getting in with these pluses, I might be alright. The problem with it is that yesterday I was trying to work these pluses on the penny stocks and they didn't work well, so I just left it alone. So I don't know. Tell you what, this one down here though, this one isn't doing much for me. I'm just going to delete that one. That one's not offering me anything. Alright, got a high number of asks there that could be at risk of failing. Alright, well, yeah. As long as I learn a little one piece every day, I don't need to overwhelm myself with trying to defeat the system. So I'm going to move right on along and go take a walk, and then I will maybe come back later and do something else on it. But for right now, I'm good. I'm good. I hope you guys are good.
All right,
and I guess we shall
side break.
Chat with you on another stream. All right, I'm Eric. I'm out. Peace.